Yo, what's going on, everybody? Oh, I just saponaroed myself. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Show, coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey, right here from the Cabinet Creation Sports Desk. It is your boys, Sturch and Gooch, A5 Anthony behind the glass today. It is a Thursday, so there's football to be played. That's fun. There's also MLB Free Agency to get into. There's plenty of stuff to get into. But first and foremost, as always, if you want to support Chop Sports, you can do that by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. That's the way to do it. A $3, a $5, a $10 variation. Those are the ways to do it. Also getting involved tonight, I believe, right? During the, there's a little basketball-age breakage, and then we got some mem breaks going on with the break buds tonight.
Yes.
You're rocking the gear.
I'm rocking the new gear, the new color.
The Joe's Mom's gear.
Mom's Creations. I'm not sure what her website is called, but
She got a website? We should
know
plug
that. I know, that's why I just
advertise.
I should know. What the fuck? God damn it. Sorry, Mr. D.
Sorry, Mr. D. Love you, buddy.
Probably watching.
Of course. Mr. D's the man. Big fan.
Yeah, there's
Big
break
fan
buds going down tonight on Instagram Live. There's 2 breaks. There's an NBA card break, which I believe is sold out. And then there is a jersey break, which is not sold out. So go over to the Instagram and check out the story, and you'll see how to buy into all that. And then we have all the NFL stuff happening for next week. There's some teams available on the triple mem break. Go check out breakbuds.shop.
Are we doing
the team?
You say triple mem break. Is that one of these shows?
I don't know.
Come on, man. There's so much fun.
I know. I
may say that because I always win something.
Yes, we're in discussions with how we're going to do that.
We should talk to the guys that run the studio.
It remains to be seen. Yes, we need to talk to them.
Talk to those guys.
Anyway, yeah, break buds. Check it out. It's
yes.
Gonna be fun tonight. Win some cool stuff.
Very
and then there's
cool.
gonna be like a little hockey thing happening too.
That's right, Nick. Programming though for Nick. Me and him had a talk, and he said he would rather talk Devils because I guess they're kind of good at hockey all of a sudden, like they're actually having a good start. He used to have a podcast called Devils with a Deke. He had that one, and then he started Not Giving a Puck. Not Giving a Puck is going to go with all of us, right, for a show, and he's going to be doing a Devils podcast right here on the podcast network. So check out that, and he's going to be here tonight to possibly break a puck and a jersey. So he's going to do a whole bunch of stuff tonight too. So congratulations to Nick on the little advancements there. Mark Grabowski, good morning, my man. How you doing? I hope everything's well. Seeing a lot of people joining the chat right now, so good morning to you guys. Before we get into the rundown, I just want to do a little bit of a programming note. So there's the wave again. Can we do that? Here, go.
That wouldn't be. That's not saying hello. I'm saying hello.
So anyway, programming though. So going forward, we've made some pretty cool moves over here at Chop. And if you're joining us right now and you're a brand new listener, you'll probably not know what the hell we're talking about. And that goes to why we're going to do certain things, because obviously we would love this the niche show to break down, have more structure. We like to just kind of let it fly here, and that's fine. But just recently, and we can't get into too much detail as far as the name of the company and all this stuff, but starting in January, there's going to be a lot of shows that move their content to a new streaming platform. So Chop Sports Media is moving to a different platform for these kinds of shows. So what we and Chris have decided to do, since we're busy cats over here, over at Chop Studios, as we build the new photography studio and all that stuff, we're actually going to start doing this show Mondays and Fridays only. So starting next week, Mondays and Fridays.
Well, I'm not going to say.
You wanted to do it no days.
No. I didn't. That's not true.
What did you want to do?
I didn't want to do today's.
You didn't want to.
So I didn't want the people to know.
So we made this big
I was
ass
like,
executive
God damn
decision.
it, Dave, you're going to fucking force me to do this show the last time on a Thursday.
I
It's
know.
not going to be the last time ever, but
there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of moving parts. We're taking a lot of our friends over at the Chop Sports Network, and we're bringing them to this new streaming platform. So again, we'll get into details as those contracts are inked and everything like that. But this show, a show with Jimmy Palumbo is in the works, a hockey show, a soccer show, all that stuff.
I want to say this right now, right? We're not leaving the Chop Sports Media people. We're
No.
There's going to be new ways to figure out to serve the people. I think we're not bringing enough value with the content if we're doing it on a ragtag Monday, Thursday, Friday. So when it's pertinent, we will be going live. We're still going to be doing the Mondays and Fridays, and then we'll revisit things as soon as the season ends, and we'll see how we're going to go. But the Chop Sports Media YouTube page is not going anywhere. We just don't want to.
Yeah, no, I'm not shutting down shop.
Yeah.
I just think
worked
that
my ass off to build this thing.
yes,
up, so.
and because we've worked our ass off, somebody else noticed it and said, "Hey, come on over here. We have a chance to make some do-re-mi."
We need to provide value
yeah.
to the people, and we're going to come up with new intriguing ways to do that with our YouTube page.
Yeah. So in any event, so that's the programming, though. We do have a rundown. We do have a loaded show today. Well,
we have a little bit of a rundown. I got some news in front of me. Basically, a lot of these guys that were going to test free agency in baseball, we expected them to. There was a couple that we maybe didn't know what was going to happen. Justin Verlander opted out. Anthony Rizzo opted out. Major League Baseball free agency starts today. I'm actually proud of Ant for realizing that I have shit prepared for my rundown because I didn't even want to do the show. So he just skipped right to the first topic.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to get right into it. That is it for my rundown. Back to you, Dave.
All right. Back to you, Chris. We have ourselves. Listen, MLB free agency starts today at 5 o'clock. A lot of important people are being discussed right off the rip. And I know every team has 15 free agents and a lot of guys get, shoved under the radar. But clearly all eyes on New York Yankees right fielder Aaron Judge. We all know the story. He bet on himself. He decides to belt 62 home runs over the fence. And all of a sudden, betting on himself turns out to be a good situation. And he's going to make himself some heavy, heavy money. Now, my question to you, Gooch, is this. We know midway through the season, we're starting to, the whispers were happening, and we were talking about, Judge is a Yankee, Judge is a Yankee, Judge is a Yankee.
Yes.
Then he goes and it's like, oh wait, maybe Judge can actually beat a record here. Is he going to have like a phenomenally record-breaking year? And he does. Where's your confidence level in an Aaron Judge staying in pinstripes, considering the fact that we are well aware, all sources and news reports are saying that the San Francisco Giants are going to say, here's the keys to the city of San Francisco, along with this bag of money.
Use this final Thursday show here to say for the 4,000th time since this thing became a conversation that Aaron Judge will be a Yankee. I don't see anybody offering him more. I don't see the Yankee unless there's some type of weird fracture where if you watch what happened with the Derek Jeter situation, he's been talking recently where he asked certain things to be kept private and they didn't. I could see that maybe happening where somebody just botches it in the Yankee front office. But other than that, the dollar amount is going to be the most from the Yankees or the Dodgers. It's not going to be the Giants. If he wants to go to the Giants, it's going to be a Devontae thing where he wants to play, just like Devontae Adams wanted to play for the Raiders. But Aaron Judge will be a Yankee. We could sit here and spin it however you want. The Yankees are going to pay him the most, and the Yankee fan base needs it the most. We just can't let Aaron Judge go, and they understand that.
You would have to assume that somebody's in this office, by the way.
Probably Joe.
Okay, fine.
Or Joe.
Okay, other Joe. Break budget. Anthony's laughing over there. He's just like, good, we're getting robbed blindly right now as we live on the air. Good thing we got insurance. Thank you, Dr. Sean Basinger, for that hookup as well. But I will say that, are you going to go check out? Please go check out who's here. But what I will say about Aaron Judge is the fact that, there's going to be a lot of money to be made. Now I'm just worried about him getting stabbed out there. Hey, there's nobody, and it just out of nowhere, just somebody nails him. Everything okay? Good. I heard nothing. He's dead. Chris is gone. God rest his soul. But anyway, so as far as Aaron Judge is concerned, I do believe the Yankees will throw everything they can at him. I know the relationship has not, I don't want to say it's fractured, but I do want to say, who is it? There's nobody. Great. Was it the plumber guy? There was a guy who comes in, and not for nothing.
So I'm gonna be back in 15 minutes.
How funny was it? How funny was it when Ant was the one answering the questions? The guy who came in here was like, "Hey man, let's I'm gonna shut down the plumbing." Ant's like, "Yeah, no, don't get ahead, dude." I was like, "Hold the fuck up."
Yeah, can I get a 10-minute buffer here?
Yeah, dude, you can't just say you can't be a plumber and come into a public building and say "Hey, by the way, we're shutting down the thing for a minute." What if I at that moment, which just so happened to be that moment, I had to go to the bathroom? I take a pee-pee. But anyway, back to Judge.
Toast.
What's happened to Toast?
Oh, no, that's not even. It is Toast. Yeah, the Giants have made it clear they're willing to spend whatever it takes. Clearly, the Giants aren't going to offer more money.
I have security cameras, Ken. For the record, I actually should have looked at that at the moment on the fly. But anyway, yeah, I'm well aware that San Francisco is going to offer them all. It's just a matter of preference. Now, we saw this happen with Robbie Cano. He wasn't beloved like Aaron Judge is beloved. They didn't make Cano's chambers out in right field. You know what I'm saying? There was a completely different dynamic, but Cano was on the rise, and Cano was one of the upstart players of the league, and we got outbid by Seattle. So it can happen. People can go for greener pastures. We've seen it happen. in all sports. Just think money
Yes,
talks, man.
And I think the Cano contract and seeing how that worked out, and a lot of these 10-year deals, Cano is. I mean, Judge is not going to get a 10-year deal from anybody, so that we could wipe that off the table. You saw the Pujols and these guys; they've ruined the 10-year deal for a guy at that point in his career. It's just not going to happen. It's bad business. Look, Aaron Judge, if he's not a Yankee, I guess you could say he'll be a Giant. I don't buy it. I think the Giants end up getting a consolation prize and getting like Bogarts or something like that. They're not gonna get Judge. Okay. And they're gonna spend some money, but we could have a real conversation. Is deGrom gonna be a Met? Because I'm reading that the Mets aren't going to be able to offer, or they're not willing to offer him the most. They're not going to do the same deal that they've given a Scherzer. They're not going to have two pitchers that equal $100 million per.
And apparently, I think it was my boy Craig Karsh, big Atlanta Braves fan, said that deGrom has a Braves tattoo on his body. So that's a thing. Grew up a Braves fan. If you have a chance to go get paid and play for your childhood favorite team, you might take a couple bucks less. I don't know, maybe, but the Mets are in a tough situation. I know they just signed back the Trumpets. The Trumpets are back for next year, right? Everybody's excited about that. That's great. Best closer in baseball last year, without question. Except for when they do the Trumpets live, it kind of spiraled the Mets season out of control, if you want to be completely honest. But when I look at Jacob deGrom and I see how much pitching is at a premium right now, like to have those kinds of guys, if deGrom leaves and you only have Max Scherzer, like that's to me that it's not even
Bassett's a free agent.
As Jimmy would say, an aging Max Scherzer. Like he's getting
Chris
older.
Bassett's a free agent too.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I think that's almost a foregone conclusion that he will be a Met. Right? I think that they're going to be able to get that worked out.
What about Rendon? He's another free agent. See, I'm thinking to myself this: if with Uncle Steve being who he is, if the Mets do miss out on a deGrom and Bassett for whatever reason takes a walk, they probably would throw the bag at a Rendon. No,
if they have or a
Rodon, sorry.
That's a bad consolation prize because he's probably going to get paid a decent amount of money too. I do like him, but I don't know. You're looking at a deGrom or a Rodon. Nope. It's deGrom all day. Bassett, I'd probably take Rodon over Bassett. But as far as I'm looking at it, I look at the Rangers as the dark horse here. I wouldn't even say
they got money.
They're going to spend. They're definitely spending, and they're after a pitcher. deGrom is probably going to be a Ranger. There was like almost a report. There was a report the other day that came out, and somebody said, am I reading this? That the Rangers are signing? No, it said the Rangers are going to be willing to do whatever it takes to bring deGrom to town. And then conversely, it said the Mets aren't going to be spending the same deal that they gave Scherzer. So that's almost bad business because they brought in Scherzer. He ends up getting lit up in the postseason, right? And then deGrom, who the guy that has brought the Mets all this success, not that they've had much with him, but he's been their guy, and he's going to be the one that doesn't get paid. It's unfortunate, but I don't see deGrom
toasting's Judge to the Rangers.
I mean, Toast is trying to get Dave riled up.
I don't do that right now, man. Like I'm already like feeling some sort of way. Like
it's impossible to rattle me on this one. I don't care what anybody else says.
No, well,
I think the Yankees are going to make this happen.
But they've already made bad moves already in the offseason. They've committed to Josh Donaldson for next year to be their third baseman.
This is different. This is
what are we doing?
This is a generational situation here. Aaron Judge, are they going to work out the captain thing? Like there's some things they could offer Aaron Judge that nobody else can, and and also add the most money in there too.
Toast isn't trying to rile me up. He's just telling me the facts. Rangers got a lot of money. The San Francisco Giants got a lot of money. And it's a matter of if these guys want to stay home. And I'm talking about both of these guys, deGrom and Judge. So, I mean, listen, obviously it remains to be seen, but it's going to be a very interesting month. The winter meetings are happening right now. Which, by the way, I felt like, didn't the Astros win the World Series like 4 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Is free agency starting earlier this year? Is it makeup from last year? Like, I feel like the winter meetings are starting. It's fucking November 5th or whatever, or the 10th.
When do the winter meetings start?
They're happening.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not even winter.
Ho ho ho! It's not even winter.
It's really not.
The autumn meetings.
The autumn meetings, right? Anyway, that's free agency in a nutshell. I mean, there's plenty of other guys out there.
If I had my pick at who I want the Yankees to get, obviously I want them to get Judge. There's no real pitcher that moves the needle.
Bogarts.
I think there's some interesting things. That Seattle's going to be a nice player in the market this year. They could add a piece. I think Dansby Swanson might be headed over to Seattle, if not the Yankees. Or
Seattle was a fun team to watch this year, man, especially with the addition of Castillo.
Very curious to see what Seattle does. I'm curious to see what the Rangers are going to do because they're talking like they're going to spend.
Okay, I'm not crazy. The schedule is off. Like it's not normally like this.
Because was it pushed up or was it pushed back? Because
pushed up. We never talk about this shit this fast after a World Series champions crown. Free agency 2 weeks later.
Because was
less than 2 weeks.
Did baseball start later this year?
It did because of the strike.
And so it's not like it's the right time. It's just there's usually
they're just put. Yeah, all right, whatever.
Gap. I have no idea.
I don't know either. But in any event, free agency starts today at 5:00. So keep your eyes over there on the MLB Network and everything like that, and go pay attention to the guys you should be watching, like John Heyman and guys that don't just tweet bullshit. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, and I'm sure you're very excited about this. Did you know that if you just pay $8 a month, you can be verified on Twitter?
Yeah, I did know.
Do you want to do that?
I don't care.
It's amazing how many all of a sudden people that are like liking my tweets all have check marks now. And I'm like, you know how hard I've worked for that and I haven't gotten it yet. And all of a sudden you could pay $8 on Twitter and just be a verified nuisance. It's horrible. Horrible. Elon.
We'll see how
bad move, bro.
Hey, he's making money probably.
But now you can get verified and call yourself Adam Schefter, and all of a sudden it's going to say Adam Schefter check mark, and then put out what he did yesterday. Yeah, but he broke news about Odell Beckham.
They're also going to be blocking and suspending accounts that impersonate. There's a new Twitter rules. You got to check them out.
I don't know, man. I just think this is a bad move on his part. And Elon Musk hasn't made many bad moves financially, but I would say that this one might be one of those bad moves. Could care less. Me and you, Craig. Toast doesn't want to get verified either. He's like, F that shit. Take your check mark and shove it up your keister. But anyway.
I talk to myself on Twitter, so I'm verified to myself.
If anybody talks to himself on Twitter, it's Toast. That dude tweets more than I do, and I thought I tweeted a lot. But I mean, he gets engagement though. People actually want to hear his bets.
No,
I don't.
I talk to myself.
I don't want to hear like the bad guys won again. Like I'm trying to fucking strangle this kid. I can't do that anymore. But anyway, what else we got today? I guess we do have some Thursday night football to get to, which is atrocious. Is that all we have? Yeah, that's really all we have. It's just terrible. But anyway, the Atlanta Falcons travel to Carolina tonight, Thursday night football on Amazon Prime. You could check that game out at, I think, 8:00. But yeah, this game is what it is. I mean, it's just this is a shitty game. They couldn't even like, I guess every team is required to have a Thursday game. This is their requirement to put the Panthers and the Falcons on right now. And look, the Falcons are playing good, right? They're 4-5. They're one game under 500. They win today. They're right there, still on top of the NFC South, which is like, oh my God, we're 10 games in. How is this possible? Mariota's fun to watch. Cordarrelle Patterson is back. Their offense is doing well. I need a big game out of fucking Kyle Pitts.
You're trying to put lipstick on a pig here, Dave. This game sucks. The Falcons suck. No, I'm kidding. No, this game does suck. I'm not kidding about that, but
Ibby's coming in atrocious. Bite your freaking tongue. Listen, as I said, this is a very exciting.
The Falcons' offense is exciting to me. I think
and their defense is porous.
I think Mariota's playing really well. Very underrated what he's been able to do. Their defense is just really bad. I say this about half the league at this point. They might be the worst defense in the league. There's a bunch of that right now. The Panthers' defense isn't great either. But I think that Carolina might have some success running the football in this one. Am I just going to go ahead and make the pick here?
I mean, that's very fast analysis of this game. We haven't even talked about
a little more analysis. If
Please go on.
Right? About like what
sound
players
off.
Do I think?
Yeah.
Honestly, the under because it's Thursday night. And
correct.
The Falcons are going to run the ball a whole lot. I think Carolina's going to be able to sell out and stop the run. You might see some splashes out of Atlanta. They have the only offense to have 2 touchdowns in every single game this year. But I think their adjusted line yards, defensive line, that is near the bottom in the league. They're like 29th. So, like I said, Carolina should have success. We've seen Carolina with PJ Walker have some success offensively. Last week, it wasn't the case, but they got blown the fuck out. Blowed out. Who is that? Blowed out?
Blowed out. Is that like ludicrous?
Please, somebody get that reference. I'm not going to say what it was, but if somebody could comment, they got blowed out. Blowed out.
You know it?
That's Emmett Smith.
I knew it.
That is
penalties.
Too many penalties. See, what we got in the NFC South is you got the Atlanta Falcons, you got the Carolina Panthers, you got the Tampa Bay Bucks, and you got the New Orleans Saints. Back to you.
Thanks, Emmett.
That was Emmett Smith on Countdown on Sunday morning.
Some guys are just meant to run the ball and not talk. But he's sure as shit not one of them.
Yeah. So Falcons run the ball really well, but on the road, Carolina, why is it only 2.5? The Panthers are supposed to be the worst team in football. They haven't really lived up to that. I feel like there's other worse teams in football right now. The defense, I think because there's just not much else in this one, the under is going to be the play for me. I'm just trying to drag the show out.
Chris has to be pumped 3 unadulterated hours of Baker. It might be PJ, though.
No, it's going to be PJ. They announced PJ's the starter.
PJ. Yeah, buddy.
Baker, he was on I just was trying to come up with a rundown as the show was happening, and I was looking through ESPN, and it said Baker Mayfield from the brink of stardom to the brink of irrelevance. That's Baker.
Is he ever going to play again? Ever? He ain't going to start nowhere. Nobody's going to sign Baker Mayfield in the offseason and say, that's our guy.
Nobody's
over.
The problem, I've said this about Baker in the past, is that
you've been harping on Baker for 2-3 years now.
Thanks, Hawaii Mike. So what's the over-under record in on Thursday nights?
Yeah, it's one less week to prepare, and the Panthers absolutely
I appreciate the
He's paying. All right, go ahead, Mike. Go slap
stats.
the over. Go slap the over. Seriously, go ahead.
So,
Do it.
what about
Do
all
it.
the other 8 weeks of football? Check the count. Check the points. So you might be able to add up all the games and get 71 combined. All right. And now he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's doing
like,
well.
actually,
As a matter of
96.
yeah, I know.
And it's going to
exactly.
make me more right in some ways.
Of
so
course,
thank you for
of
that.
Course.
What was I saying before I was rudely interrupted by a meaningless stat?
You were doing more stats.
Oh, I was talking shit about Baker.
Yes. Back to that.
The fact that Baker Mayfield doesn't have friends,
right,
means that he's not going to fit the backup quarterback role well. What good are you if people don't like you?
What good are you?
You know, like nobody's going to rally behind Baker when the starter goes down to keep the season alive. They're actually going to be like, fuck, it's over.
They won't even go
over.
to the man's birthday party, bro. He's Bo Callahan. He sucks and nobody likes him. But anyway, so there was one thing I like salty gooch on a Thursday.
I got one for you.
Did you see our friends at Manscaped emailed us yesterday?
Did they?
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, did you get our payment?" They're like, "No." So we will continue to be using Norelco today.
I was going to talk shit openly just now about how my taint is now a jungle again because
first of all, I thought other happenings were happening today in the bathroom.
No, that
like
was my vibrator.
Yeah, I was well aware. I was like, "What is that?"
Manscaped.
I hear. I'm like, "Oh man, what's happening in there?" I just don't know. Is it too early to do something like this on a Thursday? But anyway, back to this game. We'll pick the game. I know Mojo Rob picked the Atlanta Falcons tonight to cover the number on the road. How are you feeling?
I don't know who Mike. We're talking about unders on Thursdays. I'm not following your comments. I don't care. I don't care.
Just
I don't even
want to
talk about this game, let alone like the last time they played. Jesus.
Yeah. Remember that time they're on the gridiron for 71 combined point? Nobody cares. But it is the Falcons and the Panthers. And like I said, Rob's picking the Panthers here. I'm sorry, the Falcons -2.5 on the road. Where are you going? And just so you know, I lost the game on Monday. Y'all 2-1. So I'm struggling. I'm only 4 games above Rob right now, which is really alarming. I'm very upset about this. And you're 5 games under 500. Anthony, it's time to make up for your. Well, I'm not really making. Did you win last week?
You
lost, right?
I have no reason to do this other than the fact that I really don't give a shit.
Oh.
I'm going to take the Panthers here.
You're ruining your record here. You're going to be looking at your 70th loss of the season.
No, I think why? It's a point spread.
Do you really think the Panthers are going to beat the Falcons?
It doesn't matter what I think. Right? What's going to happen? It has zero to do with what I think.
Oh, yeah. You know what? The helmet game with DJ Moore. That was a good game. He's got a point. But again, Thursday Night Football hasn't really panned out for much teams. I think, what is it? 9-1, the under, maybe 8-2. I don't know. Toast could probably come up with those things. But so you're going to take the Panthers.
This is week 10. So it would only be 9, probably 8-1.
Then how is Anthony 8-2?
You can't add.
Wait, time out.
I don't know.
I have 8.
7-2.
Oh, all right. I'll adjust that here. I'm going to take a win away. All right. Back to that shit. Dog shit record.
I don't know, Dave, because think about what you just asked me. It's like it's week 10 now. He can't be. That's the answer.
But all right. I was like, well, they opened the season with Thursday night. Oh my God. It's gonna be a long day here at Chop Studios. All right, so I'm taking the Falcons. I know the Panthers have officially waved the white flag. They're done. It's over. While PJ Walker's fun to watch at times and DJ Moore had to do the helmet thing the other day, they're now playing for that top spot. They got to get themselves a quarterback here in the draft next year. So I'm taking the Falcons on the road. I think those teams, that team is more well equipped to at least put together a decent performance on the ground. Kyle Pitts, for the love of God, please. I just finally traded for you. I bought low on Kyle Pitts. I need you to do something tonight. So please do that for me, bro. Appreciate you. So yeah, I'm taking the Falcons. But I do want to say, before we get out of here in a little bit, which 25 minutes in, holy shit, we are being brought to you in part by the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru dealership right there in Avenel, New Jersey. Be sure to go check out my friends George and Greg running Chevy and Subaru respectively. We already had Scoop gone on over there and got himself a new vehicle, which should be available soon, I believe. I think he like custom ordered it or something like that. He would do that. He would custom order a vehicle. Like, you can't just go and like go on a lot and say like, that's the one right there. You got to be one of those guys like, I like magenta. Give me magenta. It's not in the, I want that one. So he custom ordered a car, but Greg was able to hook him up. So go check out Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru in Avenel, New Jersey. Our friends over on the Pickett app. If you guys are gambling as bad as we are over here, go to the Pickett app. It tracks all your bets. You're able to discuss and kind of interact with other degenerate gamblers of the world. So go check out that. Use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. Our friends at Hater Fantasy Sports, which are giving away, I believe, a jersey this week. I talked to David Duro, the owner of Hater Fantasy Sports. So Hawaii Mike, if you want a jersey, go and play this week. You should do that because, again, you're like the king of that. That fantasy phenom over there in Hater Fantasy Sports. And, of course, our friends down the hall at Lowell's, as you're pointing to me, as something happened. Okay, our friends down the hall at Lowell's, who are providing us with some of the merchandise, some new ideas coming through the pipeline, and that's the sponsors for today. I do want to say that today is a very big day for the Fight Factory down here over at Chop Studios. Got our boy Sean Donovan. I've been friends with him for a long time. He's coming in studio. New episode of Fight Factory. I can't even speak right now. Of the Fight Factory debuts tomorrow on Pro Wrestling TV. So kudos to the boys for that one, especially this week in particular. Do you know, Chris, that this Saturday night, live in Rahway, New Jersey, it is WrestlePro 100, the 100th event for WrestlePro. Not that you gave an ounce of a shit, but I'm saying, like,
I did not know
I
that.
was there for the it was like a Global Force Wrestling show in January of 2016 with Jeff Jarrett and all those guys, and I was in attendance for that. I was in like flux. I was like once upon a time fired from Pat Buck for a little while. I wasn't welcomed back. And then all of a sudden I was welcomed back. WrestlePro was created in March of 2016. And I got to get into that first event. And now we're 100 deep. So I'm very excited about that. This Saturday night down in Rahway at the Rahway Rec Center. Anywho, how was Anthony 8-2? Because you're not good at math. Whoa, you see that up there? That new? Yeah. Yeah. The first time I've ever seen that. It's pretty interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at the top left corner where it says like the people watching.
Oh, yeah.
See the little thumbs up? You know what? Whoever did that, come on over to YouTube and like the video.
Stop embarrassing yourself on Facebook.
Please, everybody watching the video, like the video. That helps us tremendously on the search. And like I said, we're going to be moving content going forward Mondays and Fridays here on the Chop Sports Show through the month of November, December, January. Like I said, midway January, we're going to be jumping on with a new created show with me and Chris over on a new network. And of course, Jimmy Palumbo. Guys are going to get involved in this, and it's very exciting stuff.
I'm quitting the Jimmy Palumbo show.
Actually, you've been fired.
I was fired.
You were fired off the Jimmy Palumbo show.
If I'm going to get rehired, I need a massive deal. Massive
new structure. We have to Dave in the Royal Rumble in the morning started off great. Yeah, Sam. That was
massive deal.
2014, right before that was actually January. And in March of that year, that was when I wrestled my good friend Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the ring in Belleville. And then I tore my ACL 2 weeks later. So the rest is history after that. But yeah, that was a fun one. That was at the Edison Convention Hotel or whatever, right there in the convention center. That was fun, man. That was a good time. But yeah, so that's it. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts for Chop Sports. We're excited about all of it. Again, new photography studio being put up right now for all you aspiring photographers, or if you know anybody in photography, send them our way. They can use our studio, rent us out. We do have a fully operational audio studio right here. We do our video. We now have photography. We got a nice common room, couple TVs, sit back, relax. Beers are in the fridge. We're having a good time down here, putting in the work. And that's it. What am I looking at? All right, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, shout out to Matt, by the way. Do you know Matt Martinko?
Yes.
Bro, he just visited or he participated in one of those like comic book cons or whatever. I saw a nice little turnout for those guys. With Matt, plug your show. I Big Cat Comics. I think that's what they are. They're comic books.
Are
Also
you asking me to confirm what they are?
no, I'm just looking.
Like
I'm looking into your eyes to see if I can get an
idea.
answer. But I think he's on there somewhere. Dude, just drop the show and subscribe and all that stuff. Oh no, it's baby day.
It is. It is.
Oh, great.
Cripes.
Yes, Big Cat Comics. There it is. Those guys are doing really well. I remember they were starting off in he still might be there at his house doing the comic books live shows. Bro, I know we've been talking about this for years, but come on over here, man. You got a beautiful desk.
Yeah, it's only like $300 an hour.
No, we'll hook you up. In fact, you know what? You hit me up on the side. We'll really hook you up to get
$250 an hour.
Yeah, to get your production up a little bit. I think it would be badass for your brand. So that's that. What else would I had one more thing I wanted to say before I get the hell out of here. I don't remember. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll be back here tomorrow for our leans on week 10. It is, I mean, this has gone under the radar, but it is Cowboys Packers week. It's been a week that I've been waiting for the entire season. It like all summer I was waiting for this week, and the luster is gone because the Packers suck. That's not fair to me. I was really hoping that me and you would be like, it's going to be us. No, it's going to be us. And now Aaron Rodgers is probably going to win.
He's going to walk into Lambeau because it's home and going to get a nice little win.
Did somebody say cancel the pimp, Jimmy? I don't know. I thought, wow, cancel the Jimmy Palumbo show post. Never fired Chris. You know what? I was there. I think you said something like, who says you're in this or something like that when we had that Zoom meeting with Jimmy the other day. He's like, who says you're involved? And he's like, oh, all right, I'm out. And that was it. Fired, canned, done. Man. It's now negotiation. You're talking about free agency starting at 5 o'clock for MLB. It's free agency season right here. Chris is a free agent to be. So
I said, like, they traded me to this, and I said, how could you trade me? I'm retired. Right? And that's what's happening here. I'm retired. Free agency.
That's
Fuck.
It. Anyway. Oh, wow. All right, Casey. Jesus Christ, man. You're just a new streaming service 6 seconds ago. Turnaround jumper. Yes, Jimmy Steinbrenner. Listen, this is why the comments are what really fuels the show. Honestly, you guys have been back and forth for months and months and pretty much years at this point. But anyway, that's a show. We don't want to go too long. We don't want to get too long with what's happening.
What's the Cowboys record, Casey?
It's really disappointing that the Cowboys and Packers.
I think he's already counting this as a win. Don't mistake my.
No. Don't do that, Casey. Don't you dare do that. Do not count the money.
Careful.
Don't touch the money. Don't count the money. None of that shit.
Just be careful.
Do it.
Yeah, Ash, thank you for my support. I need it. Everybody's been piling on for about a month and a half now, and I'm just tired of it.
Go scratch.
Tired of
scratch,
it.
bro.
I'm tired of it. I will come in here.
Sorry. You guys get to win 13 games a year for the last fucking 10 years, and nobody can give you shit about having a bad season?
Absolutely not. Shut the fuck up.
You're crazy, bro.
See on Monday.
You are out of your mind. I am so. There is not a single and I've been on record,
bro,
and I say it live on the show and over here.
If the Packers win, I'm gonna be like, ha. Right. And if the Cowboys win, I'm gonna be like, I want a better draft pick, right, Dave? And it's not gonna feel good enough for you.
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your desk. Like, F that shit. You're getting something. If it happens, I'm gonna get you a Mike McCarthy mural and hang it over your desk.
Pray that you attempt to put your nutsack on my desk.
Put it on my drum set.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Donta Foreman, 2 touchdowns today.
Sounds like the Sharps are going to be loading up on the Packers this week.
Sam's a Sharp?
Yep.
Sam's a Sharp all of a sudden? Oh, man. All right, let's get the hell out of here. For Sturch and Gooch, Anthony behind the glass, thank you guys for watching on a short day. We'll be back tomorrow. Loaded show tomorrow. Week number 10 is here of the NFL, and I will there it is. I can practically hear the sad music from the ASPCA commercials looking at Chris's face. Ken Paulman, Matt, pay less for rental once his nuts. Not this desk. I would never, ever do anything wrong to this desk. It's his desk in there.
Tonight, indeed.
Yeah, it's break buds tonight. Let's rock and roll with that. Let's get the hell out of here. Facts. I don't know what actually even remain. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
Facts.
See?
Yes, facts.
But to what?
100%.
It just feel like you just yelled that. I know. Facts.
I could promise you that she's agreeing with something that I said. So yes.
Wait
facts.
a minute. Here we go. Where's
Facts.
where's the breaking news music? Ashley agrees with something Chris says. More at 11. Like, what the fuck? It's always happens.
I don't know about that. Maybe
She-
on the show, but man.
She politics for you hard here.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
It's never like Chris is wrong.
Well, not
Ever.
wrong. Ever.
I mean,
So it's like that would be weird.
anyway.
See you later.
Wow. All right. And also, this is the comment I can get behind. Whoever didn't watch the Mojo Report this morning is fake as fuck. So go tune in to the Mojo Market Report each and every day, weekdays at 9 o'clock on their YouTube channel. Do that. Do that for your boys. Chris can't leave my show because he knows Dave will sign the next. Actually, I'm in negotiation with one Father Paul. I'm just kidding. See you guys later.